Okay, hello. We are back with lovely hello lady. So, back with my good old Tama. Last episode we had some spiciness. Hopefully, so it's going to continue. But yeah, that's it. I would make an announcement, but I think I'll wait for I think I'll do like a video or whatever, like sometime soon, like in 2 weeks or something like that. Then I'll make, do that. But anyway, I move my hands but yeah, I moved my hands in front of her and tried to remove the sheets. Oh, you so much horrible. I'd say it's fun teasing and teasing out a lovely Tama. Uh-oh. A sudden knock on the door interrupted us. No!
うるさいですよ。誰かと乳くり合ってるんですか？
Um, myself, a neighbor, a neighbor, a neighbor, wait, a neighbor heard us apparently. It had been it had to be error since she was openly since she was the only one since she was the only other person with the uh, with a room on the first floor. Saki and Soroko and Tama were on the second floor. There were four rooms on the second floor, and okay, there were four rooms on the second floor, but the last one belonged to Mitri. She then replaced. Wait, she's been replaced by Taigi after she vanished.
ブンブン
Okay, shake.
こくり。
No, okay, I swear. Okay, uh, these symbols, it looks like something, something completely else. Tama shook her head to my enthusiasm. Okay. Tama shook her head to empathize that I had to hide her presence. I I not in agreement. I not in agreement. I had to lie. I knew Eru wouldn't dig too deeply, so I figured a blatant lie was more than enough.
うるさかったようなら申し訳ない。ネットで男女の性交に関するビデオを鑑賞していたのだ。
I swear, I swear, this man.
最悪です。エロ動画見るならヘッドフォンをしてください。これ常識。
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Eru's, Eru's pointing out the right, if you, I'm just saying, if you want to use it, Eru's right. Use headphones unless you're alone. That's just being respectful. Mm. She clicked her tongue, but accepted my answer nonetheless.
以後心がけるとしよう。爽快な開放感が失われるのが惜しいがね。
We heard her walk away and shut the door to her room, but we still remained quiet for a while after. Okay, what do we do?
てめえ、さっきのは悪ふざけにしても。
Uh, oof. Mm. Leaves much up to the imagination. I mean, not much up to the imagination. Ooh, I mean, just we could just move them hands. Just move them hands.
冗談だと思う。なかなかに愉快だった。いや、もちろん玉緒が綺麗だと思ったのは冗談ではないよ。お前なんか犬に食われて道端の子に混じって通りすがりのトラックにひかれて消えち
Uh, I pacified her while looking back at the fun I just had.
まえ。うん。ぜひまたやろう。
Yes, please. Uh, uh, just, I swear, this is so enjoying. Just the joy of this. just the burning rage of blushing Tama. She really can't do anything. Had I said that too loud?
さて、悪ふざけはこの程度にしておこう。玉緒も落ち着くといい。
Yes, my dear.
落ち着いてられるかこの変態お前、いつだって変態だ最初に会った時だって、俺のこと恥ずかしめやがって
What? No.
おまけに、人の真似して夜中にこそこそ出歩きやがって一体何を企んでやがる
So, hey, that's your. Hey, I'm doing my own thing.
玉緒、
Steam rose from her head as she shook it in anger, ignoring that I looked right at her face.
なんだよ。
Oh, she backed away a bit.
私は玉緒の秘密を誰にも決して漏らさないと誓う。その代わり、私のことも詮索無用で願いたい。
Yeah, don't pry the mine, and I won't pry into yours. I would say a mutual um exchange.
いいぜ。お互いに深入りなしってのが筋だよな。
Uh,
その引き換えとして、私は玉緒がこの学園の秘密、暗部を探るのに力を貸したいのだが、どうかね。
I mean, in exchange, you know. Okay, okay. It's like an exchange a little bit. We scratch. I scratch your back. We scratch her back. Back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Scratch each other's back. We can both get what we want. She made a strange expression.
お前の目的も、スクールの秘密だってことか。
Oh yeah, okay.
詮索は無用だと言ったろう。
As I said, no problem. I extended my hand towards her, but she simply stared at it.
玉緒の目的が何であれ、私の望むものがどういうものであれ、このままでは二人ともたどり着けない。
Teamwork.
君が友情を抱いていなくても構わないのだよ。これは遊戯ではなく、共闘だ。私たちは、ほんの一時靴輪を並べて同じ方向へと進む。
Hmm?
いつか道を違える時が来るまで。
Okay.
どうだろう、玉緒。
I I mean, okay. This seems okay. This is as straight as okay. This is as straightforward as a deal can get. I'd say.
えっと、
Huh? Surprised, she hesitated for a few seconds before resolutely taking my hand.
その、えっと、どうも、よろしくお願いします。
Oh, and so, and a bit, in a bid to accomplish their goals, the Avenger and the Hound crafted a brief, duet. Oh my goodness! I swear, this is so hot. This is so freaking hot. Just imagine this. Okay, okay. Just imagine our boy Natri, freaking with freaking daggers and or a freaking deadly sword and shit like that, and Tama, just just looking hot with her freaking hands, okay, with one fist covering her, okay, with one hand covering her fist, standing just next to our boy. Ugh. I said it'd be kind of hot. Anyway, okay, ooh, okay. Okay. The absent sky, night sky changed into a light purple, and then a fierce red, then a fierce new red, a new dawn was rising. The hectic night had finally reached its end. Oh yeah, we went to town, I think. Tama snuck out of Natori's bed, dragging her wounded body away. She read wait she oh my god, okay, she realized that the danger of the others finding out that she's been in Natori's room the whole night. So she tried to get back to hers as soon as possible. Speaking of the owner of the room, he's fallen asleep on the sofa after letting Tama have the bed.
大
Aw.
物だよな。この状況でのんきに寝てやがる。人の気も知らないで。俺が寝首かいたらどうすんだよ。
I mean, she could, but it's like, I mean, okay, okay, to me, it's like, okay, if she did that though, it wouldn't help her accomplish her goal, because she knows, I mean, she could. Okay, after last night, she got her ass kicked. So it's like, come on now, like he seems strange. He seems stranger and stranger to her by the day. The weird things he told her last night left her left her grasping for answers. Beautiful, cute. That was the first time someone had praised her so wholeheartedly. Where Tom was from, beautiful was merely considered another card to play.
お前みたいなやつ、初めてだよ。
He okay, he would also he was what he was also what he was also struggled that they investigate suggested I feel stupid, okay, suggested that they investigate the secrets of the academy together. And
私は一人の学友として君の身を案じ、君が危険に踏み込まないことを願っている。
学友だとかさ。
eh, she didn't want him to say that. She could understand if it came from Saki or any of the other girls. They knew nothing, so they obviously believed her. But wait, okay, they knew nothing, so they obviously believed her to be a fellow student. Shina Natri, on the other hand, was a sharp weirdo. He must he wait, he must wait, he must understood well, wait, he must have understood why Thomas snooped around the academy. Despite that,
俺は、なんだっけ。そう、ロンリーソルジャーなんだよ。
uh,
ずっと。
oh whoopsie, Eric had explained. Wait, what, yeah, okay, yeah. Eric had explained that expression to her. The girl had had a tendency to pick up various phrases from her manga and games, and Tama had heard her use the term to describe her. What what was Shina Natri's goal? There was no doubt he was hiding something. However, she felt he was unlike her employers.
まさか、マジに俺の体を狙って。
Well, obviously.
いや、そんなバカな、成田が俺を、そんなバカ
Oh, uh, she denied her own words with all her might.
な。意外と、学友だから心配したってのが本気で、いいやつだったりするのかな。
Yeah, no, that was a bad way to look at it. He was a perv who pondered. Okay, wait. He was a perv who pondered on the first meeting. A weird freak whose motives remained a mystery. She couldn't lower her guard around him. The fact that he's discovered a secret was a major failure on her part. It was impossible to predict his actions. If he did something that drew the Academy's attention to them, that would be the end of her. She had gotten so close, yet it would all go to waste. It was probably safer to cooperate with and keep an eye on him regardless of what his goals were.
こいつ、俺のことを助けたんだよな。
I mean, yeah, impossible. In Tama's world, it was normal to cut off any dead weight, yet he put himself in danger to save Tom's life.
余計なことは考えるな。スイッチを入れろ、俺。仕事の最中に気を取られたら、命取りになるぞ。よし、こんな変態のことなんて、もうどうでもいい。爆睡している今のうちに、さっさと出ていこうっと。
As she walked to the door, she looked back at the sofa as if she forgot something. Natri was still fast asleep, and so she wondered how defenseless the proud pervert was in that state. I wouldn't do this, Tama, if I was you. A bit interested, she snuck toward the sofa. She's about to get clapped. He slept, he slept with his face facing the back of the sofa. So wait, so that was so that was the only way to get a good look at it. Look at what, Tama? She closed in on him, and extended her neck. The man had a weird set of skills. Drawing too close in the wrong way could have alerted him. Keeping her distance, her heart steadied. She looked at him a bit closer, just a bit closer.
俺、何やってんだか。
Oh my, we got a perv girl on here. She returned to her senses when she spotted one of Naturi's eyes and his nose. Why was she so interested in his slipping face? She's been acting like some schoolgirl. Well, she was, but that wasn't the real her. Mm. For whatever reason, she felt off that night. In fact, she 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 wait, in fact she hadn't been at her best since Nasri transferred in. She drove her she drove wait he drove herself wait he drove her insane. Ignoring the pain, she picked up her clothes and quickly got dressed. And then she shook off any unnecessary thoughts, like a dog covered in water, and escaped the room. Oh, I felt Tama walk away. I would what I would have woken up when she's when she squirmed to get out of bed, but her silence made it clear that she wanted to sneak out. I didn't want to ruin it for her, so I kept my eyes closed. Thomas snuck Thomas snuck around for a lot longer than I expected, but after not but after mumbling some things I couldn't quite make out, she left the room. I heard a light sigh as the door closed, but it seemed I was alone yet again. I knew fully well that I've chosen a dangerous path. I mean, I would say probably not too dangerous. Joining forces to cooperate against the Academy seemed logical, but it came with a risk of her discovering my goals and identity. The best course of action was to act like nothing had happened, and and that was exactly what I would have done if she hadn't said those words.
そういうわけにいくか、バカ。
I mean, she's going for the hunt though. It was a scream without a hint of falsehood on it, and it gave me the urge to help her. Why though? I asked myself that question, but I failed to figure out a clear answer. I have no other. Wait, I had other choices. What kept me from choosing them? Was I just being a sip wait a s- wait a wait was I just being wait stupid uh s- what was it stereotypical whatever, or had I done it because I considered her as a friend? How foolish. Shida Natri was an invention, and the Academy was merely a means to reach his target, a stage on which he planned to exact his revenge. If I warmed up to it so much that I formed attachments, had I not what had I not also developed new weaknesses? Possibly. Excuse me. Uh, I had to be more careful than ever before. I can't allow Tama to discover my true identity.
自分で選んでおきながら、厄介なことだ。
Mm, the the person I invited and left, making my small personal space feel more quiet than ever. I mean, she may come around more. Who knows? Come morning, I made my way to Miss Tokune's lesson in a large classroom where I found Tama meekly sitting at her seat with the other grunts. She usually she usually jumped into the classroom moments before it began, but today she arrived a whole 15 minutes earlier. Hell, must have frozen over. That seems interesting. A whole 15 minutes.
どうかしたの？朝から様子がおかしいわよ。心配事とか相談事とかあったら力になるよ。
mm,
別に何でもねえってば。
okay, so they're picking up on it too. Like, this is weird. Girl, why are you coming early? You normally, late as fuck.
きっと病気です。ノーノ。
Yeah, and and Aries picking up. They're like, yeah, something's wrong. Tama had been acting strange since our breakfast in the dorm, which drew the attention of our considered friends. She stared at nothing, spaced out a lot, and walked so unsteadily that she crashed into walls multiple times. Oh damn! Last night's events must have bothered her. I worried that she might fail to keep our secret for long. I had to calm her down.
おはよう、玉尾。昨夜は大変ではなかったかね。
Uh, an ancient wisdom said that all the illness started in the mind. Worry ruined the balance of the body and freed up room for for physical ailments. Thus, I just I wait. Thus, I cheerfully called out to her, hoping to dispel her gloominess.
成田
Oh, oh, look at that blush! Tama jumped up like she found an explosion with with only a few seconds left on the timer, making the others return, making the others turn to look at me. Oh my god, yo! Oh my goodness, the facial expressions. A day's worth of expressions gra- graced her face within half a second, and she was trying to figure out what I meant by something.
私が起きる前にいなくなっていたので心配したが、ちゃんと投稿していたようで安心し。
成田
Oh my! She realized that none of the somethings were good, so she jumped out of her chair and closed my mouth. Oh my!
やめろ
To outsiders, it looked like it was mere playful messing around. The gap between us had clearly closed, so the other girls looked at us with perplexed eyes.
一体何事？新手の HMI による攻撃？
玉緒ちゃん、昨日まで成田くんとは喧嘩ばかりしてたのに、いつの間にか仲良くなれたんだ。
Uh, a lovely Soraka, I swear. She's just so peaceful, you know.
そんなご都合主義があるわけねえと言いますか。ぶっちゃけ、デジャブ？自分、先々週ぐらいに、空子から似たような目に遭わされた記憶がある気がします。冗談きついです。マジなら最悪。超最悪。違うって、だから、成田の口元に蚊が
Gosh, why you lied so hard?
ペロ。
It's just, oh, oh, this is fun. Look, I will get to see the cute Tama. Tama, Tama used, Tama used, but Tama used quite a lot of force. So I reflectively stuck out my tongue and licked her palm. Oh, how I loved the taste of a maiden's skin. The word. Your boy is sick. Tama turned pale and jumped back, while Saki pointed at me. That was rather rude. I honestly wanted to suggest she rethink her actions.
成田、朝から悪ふざけのしすぎは困ります。
I'm sorry.
すまない。玉緒の反応が愛らしいので、つい舌が出てしまった。なにお
Oh. As Tama fell silent, the others parted like the Red Sea.
愛らしい？いえ、これはこれで成田らしいかも。でも、そんなまさか。
Uh-oh.
嘘、そうなの。まさか、玉緒ちゃんも。
Oh, do you also? A, wait, a complacent, uncomfortable silence. Luckily, Eru broke it.
うざ、のろけ最悪。マジ最悪。
You normies. With that, the flow of time resumed. Tama glared at me, then backed off to form a circle with the others and tell them something. Class was about to start, so I took my usual seat next to Saki, but this time another man also seated nearby.
今のは、ガールズトークというやつかな。
This fucker. Uh, Taki Makoto. The son of Kufi Makoto, as well as the son of Atwar, who's joined us 2 weeks ago.
一夜明ければ、君と玉緒くんは随分と仲良くなっている。不思議なことだね。昔から男女の仲とは不思議なものだというらしい。
Taigi and I spoke to each other like we've been friends for a decade.
な、
I swear, I said Tom was just fuming right now.
落ち着いて玉緒ちゃん。教室で暴れたら、また備品壊して時の先生に怒られちゃうよ。
Yeah, girl, do you want to get in trouble? Tama overheard us and started to snap, but Saki stopped her.
男女の仲というよりも、人の心というべきだろうね。かくも騒がしく、不可思議なものは他にはない。なるほど。確かにその通り。騒ぎといえば、ちょっとした噂があるんだが。成田、君は夜更かしをする方かな。何でも昨夜、
学園の敷地内でトラブルが起きたらしい。遅くまで起きていたのなら、何か見たり聞いたりしなかったかな。
Huh. He muttered that I wait. Wait. He muttered that as I thought, as though. Okay. Wait. He muttered that as thorough as thorough as though it was no big deal. Then looked at me with the cold and completely uncaring eyes I've grown used to over the past 2 weeks. Like always, she tried to peer deep into my heart. This
うん。
motherfucker.
昨夜は日付が変わるまで起きていたが、残念ながら寮の近くでは何事もなかった。
Thus I donned the mask off of the normal me.
だろうね。その噂によると、騒ぎは森でだそうだ。
では知る由もないな。
Tama overheard us and tensed up, but I pretended not to notice.
大義が興味を持っているのであれば、私も耳をそば立てておくとしよう。何か手がかりが得られたなら、我が友人にすぐさま伝えるために。
Okay, this
ただの噂だよ。気にするほどのものじゃない。
uh-huh. Yeah, a rumor, okay. Mm. Soon enough, Miss Tokane entered the classroom.
それでは、本日の講義を始めます。
Excuse me. Oh, great. Let's work. Thus thus our everyday life continued. Oh, lovely. Schoolwork. Excuse me. Oh my, okay. A shadow slid through the academy at night. Its solid resembled an elegant beast, but it was hard to spot when mixed with with stationary shadows. It was Tama, and she'd been sneaking around past security. Excuse me.
さてと。
Oh boy. She stopped at the spot next to the school building that no cameras reached. Remembering what happened that night. Remembering what happened that morning made her sigh. She was a little worried, but as promised, Natri didn't reveal her secret. In fact, he just used it to crack a joke, which didn't sit right with her. But but she but she couldn't ignore it. Her chest where her chest pound what her chest pounded what wait her chest uh pounded I think right pounded she put her hand on her mouth and pondered her predicament. Him hiding her secret was an even bigger problem than she initially thought. Natri was a weirdo after all. She couldn't count on him to cooperate, nor did she want to. Tama had done fine for herself thus far. She was a model loner soldier. However, her thoughts had been going into circles since noon. If she didn't if she didn't have to cooperate with him, she could have just refused. Sure, she wanted to keep him from doing anything weird, but that felt like an excuse. After all, an she also had the opinion of okay, wait. Also, okay. After all, she also had the option of silencing him for good. Oh, sorry. What are revised? She did decide. Okay, wait. She did. Why did she decide to trust the promise of a man like him? She didn't understand. Was she just confused because he was the because he was the oddest man she ever met? All that aside, there was something worth celebrating. Her true self, which had to, which had, wait, her true self, which had to stay hidden at all costs, remained a secret of the grounds.
こんなの、教えられるわけないよな。
That Tom was a lovely, cutie little angel. The real Tama lived in lived in a completely different world than those girls, and that there was something else to consider. Taigi Makoto, the new student who joined right after Mitri left. He was the son of Chairman Kofi Makoto, and that meant he was no normal student. She felt like Taigi had been watching her. It seemed almost like he suspected of her hiding something. Taigi also kept an eye on Natri, though the gaze he aimed at him felt somewhat different. Whatever the case, she didn't have much time left. Her wounds still pained her, but she had to dig out the academy secrets as soon as possible.
今夜は様子を見るだけのつもりだったけど。
That's why she bolted out. Wait. That's why she bolted out in her school uniform. However, she was still willing to go the whole way. She moved her hand away from her mouth and formed a fist. She just remembered that Natsui licked that hand earlier in the day. What kind of person did that anyway? Upon remembering the sensation of his tongue, she turned red in the face.
いやいや、頭おかしいぞ絶対成田のやつは。
Girl, you're gonna get caught. Uh, she shook her head and chased those unnecessary thoughts away. After confirming that there was no one around, she ran off toward the windowless building. Okay, I'm guessing she's going to the spire again. When Tama dashed off, her surroundings had been completely empty. However, as soon as she left, a shadow sinked off a column near the garden, revealing a certain man. It was I, Sheena Natri. I secretly followed her, but she put some major distance between us in a blink of an eye.
焦って無理な行動に出るのではないかと気をつけていてよかったというところだろうか。
Ah, but I hadn't done that. So now Tom was dashing about. Well, we'll find out next time what the hell Tom was gonna do. Thank you all for coming and all that. I hope you all enjoyed a lovely episode of our lovely girl Tama. Um, I have to say, I think I'm glad I started with Tama's first, quite frank. Um, I have no idea who I'm gonna go for next though, because now it's more appealing. Um, Kudo Tama. Um, hopefully we find a little bit of something. But anyhow, um, again, thank you all for coming up. Please, like, share the video and all that stuff. Um, and I'll see you all next time. Um, I may change. I said I was gonna change like the images or whatever. Some scenes and all that stuff. I think I might. I think I'm gonna do that. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna make. I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna add some more scenes back here. Um, eventually. But anyway, yeah. Thank you all for coming and all that. And I'll see you all next time.